What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I am back at the world famous VoltedAdventures testing grounds, and you know what that means. It's review time. Big shout out goes out to gleeride.com for sponsoring today's video. Gleeride.com is a website where it's like an e-bike marketplace, and you can go on and check out many different brands that they carry. Today I will be reviewing the Cycrown CycHunter. I'm going to be talking about the specs of this bike. We're going to do a speed test. We're going to do a brake test. We're going to ride around and talk about the riding experience. And we're also going to do a little off-road testing over here. There will be chapters down below, so feel free to skip around to whatever part is of interest to you. But first, let's get started with the specs. Alright, so what we got here is the Cycrown CycHunter from gleeride.com. It features a 750 watt, 1000 watt peak hub motor in the rear, coupled with dual 48 volts, 13 amp hour batteries. That adds up to 26 amp hours total. Cycrown claims that this should give you a range of up to 100 miles, depending on riding mode and riding conditions, of course. We have mechanical brakes with 160mm rotors. We have 20-inch by 4-inch off-road tires, a front suspension fork, and a rear monoshock for a smoother ride. Shimano 7-speed with the Shimano derailleur. A fairly large, comfortable seat that's super plush. This bike also has a headlight, an active brake light, and turn signals. That is awesome. The total weight of this bike is 74.5 pounds with the max load capacity of 330 pounds. And up on the handlebars we have a half twist throttle, a rear brake, and a Shimano 7-speed. In the center we have a beautiful color display, and on the left side we have a front brake, our on-off switch, mode selectors, headlight display, turn signals, and a horn. And that is pretty much it for the specs. Now, as far as the price, this current model with the dual battery goes for $1,049, which is actually about $50 cheaper than I was able to find it anywhere else. So I guess that's the benefit of using gleeride.com. I will definitely have a link in the description if you guys are interested in checking this bike out, and I might even have a discount code for you guys. All right, now let's go ahead with the speed test. But before we do that, I want to show you the starting procedure. I mean, there are two batteries, so the batteries can be turned off, and if they are off, the bike won't turn on. So flick this button to on. You don't have to turn both of them on. I will for this to get the most range. So batteries to on, and from here it's a pretty easy process. We just hit this power button for about 2 seconds. Screen will turn on. Pretty cool screen too. I've never had this type of screen before. Very interesting. Looks like a speedometer, like in a car. Pretty awesome. We have 5 different riding modes. 0 means it's just like a regular bike. The throttle will not work. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now the throttle does correlate to the different pedal assist mode. So if you're in pedal assist mode 1, the throttle will only give you the top speed of pedal assist 1. If you're in mode 2, it will give you the top speed of mode 2, so on and so forth. Let's start with our speed test, and we'll go to speed 1. I'll be using the throttle only for this test. Now, when I was kind of testing this bike, when I first got it, it was dead on with GPS, with my phone's GPS. So we'll go ahead and trust the screen. Mode 1, looks like we're doing 10 miles an hour. Okay, let's move it up to mode 2. Definitely feel the difference. And mode 2 is 16 miles an hour. Okay, mode 3. Already picking up more speed, and we are capped at 20 miles an hour. Nice, it gets there pretty quick. Okay, let's try mode 4. Hopefully you guys can see the screen well. Mode 4 is 25 miles an hour, and try mode 5. Hopefully I have enough room over here, but we should be able to hit 28, because I hit that before, but I am running out of room. Oh, there we go. 28 miles an hour. Perfect. Nice. That was smoother than I expected. So as I mentioned earlier, I did test this with phone's GPS, and it is dead on. When it says 28, it's 28. So I trust that the rest of them are on. Really good to see a brand that nailed that, because it's a lot of the times they don't get that exactly on. It might be a couple miles off. So it's really nice to see that. And the fact that it hits 28 miles an hour is awesome, because on these things, scooters or these e-bikes, if you pass that 25 miles an hour threshold, it feels like you're flying. All right, now let's go ahead and try a brake test. There is a little bush coming up on the right. Now we'll hit both brakes as soon as we hit this bush. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. Not bad at all, actually. Estimated about 20 feet. Again, estimation, but let's run it one more time for science sake. That was not bad at all. Now, these are mechanical brakes, which means they can be adjusted. My rear brake, I feel like it can have more bite. It's still locked up, but just so you know, they can be adjusted. Also, these are brand new brakes, so as soon as they get bedded, they will perform actually better and better with time. But let's give it another chance over here, another shot, and see what happens. We had about 20 feet before. Hitting it in 3, 2, 1. Oh my god. Actually, looks like same exact result, but wow, you can see that the rear of the bike locked up, and that was crazy. Very controllable though. Okay, and that was our brake test. Now let's ride this thing, and to be honest with you, it is very fun to ride. It is a little bit taller than normal. I'm 5'8", and my feet do touch the ground, but it is on the taller side of e-bikes. As far as maneuverability, very fun. I thought I will not like this situation. I'll show you right here. I'll show you right now. Originally, when I saw this handlebar design, how it's not really connected with the forks, I thought that was a little weird, and I thought I might not like it, but actually you don't even notice it. And having the handlebars come a little forward, because it is a larger bike and a large seat, sitting position is really nice actually. I really like it. And as far as the bike itself, the frame feels very solid. We're gonna test that, of course, soon when we do our off-road test and see what happens. The suspension in the front, it's cool. It's right on the verge. It's not too soft and it's not too stiff, so it's like perfect. The rear shock, it's not as stiff as a lot of these e-bikes tend to be. The rear shock on these e-bikes sometimes is really stiff. This one is like below that. It's not super plush, but it's not really stiff to the point where it almost feels like it's non-existent. It is there. You can definitely feel it, and again, we'll test that when we do an off-road test. Now let's see as far as turnability over here. Pretty good. Pretty good. Good turning radius. I like that. As far as if you're trying to do some wheelies and things like that, the only one thing that I don't fully like about this bike is the throttle response. It's there, but I feel like it's more snappy on the lower settings, like 1, 2, and 3. Feels like it's snappy. When you're on 5, and if I go from a dead stop, I'll show you what I mean. I'll literally go full throttle. You see that? How it eases into the power? Now, I'm not sure if this could be changed or not. Sometimes you can control that. I think it's more of like a safety thing, so it doesn't just fly on you if you're hitting full throttle accidentally. Me personally, I wish it was more responsive, less of a curve into the power. But once you're rolling, it's pretty immediate. Yeah, once you're rolling, it's pretty immediate. It's only from like a dead stop that this happens. Overall, I like this thing. And for the price, having the dual batteries, that's definitely a huge selling point, in my opinion. And the fact that it can go over 25 miles an hour. So hitting 28 miles an hour, that is awesome as well. I really like that. The pedals on this thing are nice and wide, so even if I'm standing on here, I got some solid space on the pedals. I like that a lot. The seat itself is super comfy and will only break in and become more and more comfortable as you're riding this thing. So I like that, and it's super plush. If you guys saw in the specs section, it looks really good and it feels really good. So I like that a lot. Now, I think I mentioned this before, but the frame feels very solid and the bike itself feels very stable. So it's really nice. But now, let's do our little off-road test over here and see what happens. You're probably gonna hear this on my voice. This trail is deceiving because it looks flat on camera, but it's actually very bumpy, ups and downs, and there's one hill up here that we'll get to shortly, and I want to see how does this motor perform. I want to see how does the suspension feel over here. Okay, here's our little uphill. Oh yeah, no problem. I want to see how the frame will feel once we're done with this section, but we're flying through here. Can definitely feel those 4-inch tires working. And I'm pretty much throttle only over here. Oh yeah, that feels good. My rear brake could be adjusted just to give it a little bit more bite. And nice, it actually passed with flying colors. That is amazing. Now this thing is not really meant for, you know, off-roading. It's not an off-road bike per se. This is more for like commuting, having fun. The fact that it has the dual battery, you can definitely commute with this thing. So it's not really an off-roader, but it felt good actually. All right, let's check out the frame over here. See what happens. Nice, the headset still nice. No creaking. Everything looks good. Tires are still good. Yeah. Nice, I'm impressed. Alright, now final thoughts. It passed all of the tests that I threw at it over here at the VoltedAdventures testing ground. The off-road section actually felt much better than I originally anticipated. Suspension felt great. Now, value for money, is the value for money there? In my opinion, I will say yes. So you're talking $1,049. There will be a discount code, I'm pretty sure, that I can offer you guys. So we're looking at maybe sub 1,000 and below. For everything that you're getting here, that's an amazing value. Suspension in the front, suspension in the rear, dual battery, very nice seat, headlight, active brake light, turn signals, which is pretty cool to have, color display. That's amazing. To me, my two biggest selling point on this bike, actually let's make it three. The first one is the dual battery. That is insane. You can get a lot of range with these batteries, and that is pretty awesome. Second would be the top speed, being able to hit 28 miles an hour. It's a game changer. You guys don't understand the difference between 20 and 28 is, it might not seem like much in a car, but on these things it's a world of difference. So definitely like that. The third would be a dual thing. I'll call it the frame. It's a very solid and nice looking frame as well. It's a nice looking e-bike, and the seat. So the seat will be included in that. Super comfortable seat and very nice. So bottom line, would I recommend this bike? I would highly recommend it. 2 thumbs up for me, definitely. But I think I've covered pretty much everything there is to know. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer. Link in the description if you guys want to check this bike out. Big shout out again to gleeride.com for sponsoring today's video. My name is Tom. This has been the Cycrown CycHunter electric bike. I appreciate you guys watching very, very much, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.